Samore Love, you have now tuned into my Mobwives recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe to this brand new channel. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos. And let's go ahead and get into this recap. So, I don't have that much to talk about with this particular episode. I mean, they had a few little good points. Well, it started off good from the beginning, and then it just kind of went a little bit downhill. Like, it wasn't all that, but it wasn't boring either, if that makes sense. So, Lady Boss, as we saw last week, they're having their event for Drita's, like, the work that she did in the magazine. Was an event for Lady Boss, which is her company, for the work that she did in the magazine. Yeah, that's right. And Big Ange totally transformed into a monster I have never seen before in all the episodes that I have seen. Like, I don't think I've ever seen her get that freaking upset and look like she about to kill off somebody. And they were just like going back and forth, her and Renee, and arguing and stuff. And I tell you, when anybody, and I say this all the time, when anybody calls Renee a rat or anything associated with rats, it's like she doesn't care if it's a 1 million pound freaking Godzilla in front of her or something like that. She's going to go up there like she's ready to fight. Like, what are you doing? You're not going to win. You know, you're not invincible. Just sit down. So, yeah, she kept on trying to go, but Karen was kind of holding her down and holding her back. It's like there's two teams. It's divided as long as... It's pretty much divided as long as Natalie is part of that whole in the mix. It's Karen and Renee, and then we got Drita and Big Ange. So Karen, she goes to see Renee to kind of talk about the things that occurred at the party. And she also wants, like, the girls to kind of come to an understanding. So she feels like she's going to plan something. She's saying maybe it could be some type of resentment or some type of issues where Big Ange is mad at her because she doesn't really understand why Big Ange is so freaking mad and why she's defending somebody that's not even really a part of their circle. So Karen, she got like this little picnic set up for Drita and for Big Ange. They sit down, they talk, and she lets them know that she would like them all to go to this, I think it's Staten Island? I don't think it was a Staten Island boat. It was like a regular boat, a Hudson, like go on the Hudson type of boat where they can just like talk and no one can escape, no one can run away. So they have to be good or get thrown overboard. So when they do that, they finally like talk, they kind of hash it out. And the part that was kind of stupid to me was that, okay, Renee says, you know, she doesn't understand why everybody keeps on like using what her husband did against her, and kind of like if she's the one associated with it or if she did it, like she doesn't have anything to do with that. She's like, if anybody should be upset, it's her because he snitched out her freaking husband. So that's crazy in itself. But the thing that was stupid to me from that little conversation that they was having was that Renee, she ended up saying, what I was saying about the whole DNA stuff was that she, not Karen, what the hell is the girl name? Natalie, she wants to keep on ratting me out and talking about how I was taking drugs, I was doing this and that, but yet she was doing it with me. She was like, if anything, her DNA is on the dollar bill as well. So like they were pretty much, you know, sniffing it up themselves, both of them. So that's what she was trying to say. And that's what I heard her say. So I'm like, why is it that she has to break down and say the same thing that she said? Like, why is it that Big Ange didn't get it before? Was she drunk? Or like, what was going on? That now that she said the same exact words verbatim again, now Big Ange wants to say, okay, I accept your apology. I understand what you're saying now. And I get it. And if that's what you meant, then yeah, that's fine. I'm like, what? So following that, Karen reveals that there is some Twitter beef going on. Her and Natalie have been going at it on Twitter, and Natalie crossed the line because Natalie said something about that you're a bad mother. And she's like, you know what, at the end of the day, like, I do so much for my daughter. It's not, oh, I left her in Arizona. Everything I'm doing is so that she can have money. It's so that she can be able to do this and do that. It's not, oh, I'm neglecting her or anything like that. So she was like, she's really, like, going too far. And then Drita, like, yeah, yo, I will punch in her face. I'm like, Drita, like, I'm starting to see Drita as a little bit phony sometimes, because she says one thing, like, she say, oh, if I found out that Natalie said this, I'm going to punch in her face. You see the girl, you talk to her nice, and you don't do anything. So why are you pretending like you're going to do so much? And then Big Ange is like, we already know how Big Ange is with the family stuff. But Big Ange already knew that this girl is disrespectful. They both seen how disrespectful she is. And she doesn't care about people's family. And they're so big on family. So I don't understand why they still mess with her. That's the part that kind of baffles me. Like, why y'all so thirsty to be cool with this girl when you see how she really is? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, there wasn't really, like I said, there wasn't really, like, much that went on. Just Big Ange was like, oh, like, she's crossing the line. I gotta see what's going on. I'm gonna have to talk to her. And I'm like, all right, I guess we'll see what happens with that. But, yep, that's it. So let me know what you thought about that episode down below. And I'm gonna keep this going as long as I can, okay? Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.